Are you someone who fears confrontation? Are you someone who does not stand up for himself because of fear of confrontation? If yes, then this video is for you. Now, being a coach, it's very clear to me that cause of distress for a lot of people is fear of confrontation. Be it at a workplace or be it in personal life, there are a lot of people who feel it's better to tolerate rather than confront. Now, the beliefs and assumptions that are causing this are that I am a peacemaker. I do not believe in arguments. I do not believe in disagreements. That is why I do not confront. Or if I confront someone, then I am ruining that relationship. So I rather tolerate and not confront. Now, if you are someone who feels this way, then there are few things that I want you to think about and reflect on. First thing that you need to ask yourself is, what are you losing out because of fear of confrontation? Most of the times when I ask these questions, the answer that people get is they're losing on their self-esteem, they're losing on their self-image, they're losing out on their belief in themselves because they don't stand up for what they feel is right, and more than that, they don't stand up for things that they feel are not happening right to them, things that they don't deserve or things that they don't get which they deserve. They don't stand up for that with these beliefs that they are peacemakers, with the belief that they will ruin their relationship if they actually confront. Now ask yourself, how is that serving you? Is it helping you as a person by not getting things that you deserve, by not standing up for things that you actually deserve to have in your life? And if you have a fear that you will ruin the relationship, then look at it. What is that relationship worth where the other person does not respect your values, does not respect your opinion, does not respect what you deserve in that relationship? Is that relationship even worth having? And trust me, once you go and have that conversation beyond your fear of confrontation, you will realize that it will only strengthen your relationship because the other person will respect you more, because everyone respects someone who stands up for themselves, who has their own mind, who says what they feel and do not tolerate situations that are unfair to them. So don't let this reason or these beliefs of ruining the relationship or being the peacemaker stop you from confronting and standing up for yourself. The next thing that you need to reflect on, what do you stand to gain if you confront, if you face your fear of confrontation? One thing that is clear is you will gain your self-image. You will gain a stronger self-esteem. You will gain a stronger self-respect. And all this will project in your body language, your tone, your behavior, your actions. And then you will see others also respecting you. Others also believing more in you. So if you're an employee, it will help you in your career growth, in your career progression, because somebody who stands up for himself is the one who can stand up for others. This is a very important leadership quality to have. And if you're in a relationship, you'll be more valued because you'll be able to add more to that relationship when you stand up for yourself. Because you will have the courage to stand up for yourself, you will have the courage to stand up for the other person in whom you're in a relationship with. So understand this. And once you're clear with what you stand to lose and what you stand to gain, think of the assumptions that you're making of ruining the relationship, the assumption that you are a peacemaker, and reflect on that and say, is that peace worth keeping? Is it good to just tolerate and suffer and just keep peace? That is not actually peace. You're hurting inside, you're burning inside. How is that peace? It is extremely unfair to you. You don't deserve it. So don't let that happen to you. And as I told you earlier, if there is a relationship that does not allow you to stand up for yourself, a relationship that does not allow you to put your opinions, that does not value what you need and what you deserve, then ask yourself, is that relationship even worth keeping? Do you want to be in that relationship? So reflect on these things and see what you're losing out and what you stand to gain if you face your fear of confrontation. And when you look at all this, it might seem like, oh, confrontation is a very big thing to do. Confrontation means I'll have to gather courage and I have to go and fight and have an argument and disagree with things. No, that is not confrontation. That is the biggest assumption that people make. Confrontation is a conversations of expectations. Sharing your opinion, sharing your thoughts, sharing your beliefs with somebody. So you go and talk to someone and say, okay, Prashant, I noticed this, and I feel this about it. So can you tell me more about it? And I noticed you did this, and this is how it made me feel. I noticed that this is what I thought or I feel I deserve, but I did not get it. What is happening around this? You're seeking clarity, you're putting your thoughts forward, and if you notice, all my statements started with I. Because if you do not start with I and you start with you, then you're accusing the other person, and that actually leads to the negative confrontation, which means you're going in for a fight. That is not what we are looking at. We are looking at sharing our perspective, having the courage to put your point forward. Whether it goes in your favor or does not is a different conversation. But at least you will know that you shared what you had to share, you put your thoughts forward, and you did not let your fear of confrontation stop you from asking or requesting for what you deserve. So remember these things. Look at what you're losing out. Look at what you stand to gain. Look at your assumptions, reflect on them and see how they are serving you, and then use I statements instead of you and go and have those conversations. Now, last thing that you need to keep in mind, which is going to be very important around this whole thing for this to work, is your emotions. Remember I said that when you go and confront someone, you're not going in for a fight. So don't get ready for that. That's not what you're doing. Keep your emotions in control. Don't start a conversation with irritation. Don't start it with anger. Don't start it with a negative emotion. Go calmly, take a deep breath, and just share what you have to share. That is how you need to confront someone. So remove your belief, remove your assumption that you have towards confrontation being negative, spoiling relationship, or something that is allowing you to be a peacemaker. No, all of this is nonsense. You're only losing out because of this, and there is so much that you can gain as a person, as a professional, in your workplace or in your relationship if you learn to stand up for yourself. Just face these fears in a small way. Do these small things. You don't have to go and fight a big battle. Just face these small confrontational things and you will start leading to it. You will start liking it. You will start feeling better about it, and then take the bigger issues. So start with small issues. Take baby steps. So follow these advices, and trust me, more often than not, people who do this feel that it was their own makeup that they had in their mind. They had created their own stories about confrontation, and they were suffering for so long for no reasons. Will the situations or the conversations always be fair, and will you get what you want? Not always. But you would have shared your perspective, so your self-respect, your self-image is intact. And that is the most important goal. You get that, everything else will fall into place. So go and learn confrontation. Start small, take baby steps, ask yourself the questions that I told you, and go and get what you deserve.